Hey y'all, this is Mr. Zombie Hunter 88 and I'm getting back into Slingshot, so I'm going to show you how to place a Slingshot band. Now, before I actually put the Slingshot band on here, first I'm going to talk about a little bit about the different Slingshot bands. As you can see right here, I got a Daisy Powerline replacement Slingshot band. I paid $249 for it a while back. Let's see, when did I get this? We even have a date on here. Anyway, I got it a while back because I've been playing with air guns and other stuff like that. But getting back into Slingshots, I forgot how much fun they are. And I'm gonna talk about different types of bands first. Okay, first there's three different types of bands. There's the that's too dark. There's the Barrett ones. Come with the the Pro Diablo slingshots and stuff like that. Those are about the strongest ones. There's Marksman brand, like this Marksman slingshot I have. They those are about like medium, and the Daisies are a little bit more powerful. And also I'm going to discuss a little bit about velocity, because people wonder exactly how powerful Slingshot is. Now, it says that, on here that it can go 200 miles per hour, feet per second. It averages about, most Slingshot bands, I would say some of the cheaper ones, you get about 200 feet per second, and you can get up to about 400 feet per second depending on different types of bands. Average for a good Slingshot band is about 300 feet per second. You can go faster, but that's not always a good idea. And there's a way to make the bands a little bit more powerful if you have a really crappy Slingshot band, like a really weak one. And the way you can do that is that you can cut off about a ½ inch of the Slingshot band, and it'll make it more powerful. It'll increase it about I don't know, it'll give it a little bit more power. I wouldn't do that with all bands or with all slingshots, because some of them just can't handle that power. I mean, I've been able to get these ones like that, the Daisy ones, the Daisy bands. I've been able to get them up to about 350, but I've got it up to 400 once with a 3/8 steel. But as I said, I mean, that's not always advisable to do that, and it's not always a good idea. I am reading off somewhat of a list because I wrote a lot of stuff down, so just bear with me. Okay, and there's different kinds of slingshots. I'm just putting a band. I'm not going to cut this band. I'm just going to use it how it is. I'm just going to put it directly on here. I mean, I have a adjustable one that that I do sometimes use, but I'm going to go back to this one. Okay, let's see what else. As far as range goes, with some of these slingshots, you can get about 22 yards or 25 yards is the best you're going to be able to get it. I mean, that's about as best as it can get. I mean, you should start off at 6 yards just to get a feel for it, but I would say about 11 yards is about a good distance for hunting rabbits and small game like that. Okay, so let's put it on here. Okay. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, just leave it under my comment section. Okay. Now, the way I get it on here, I mean, you can use water, but alcohol is the best. Use wet little ends like this. Oh yeah, the Marksman ones, they come with end protectors on here, the Marksman bands, so I put those on there. The Slingshot already came with it on there, but I put some new ones on there because this is just kind of a ended tubular thing. Okay. And I wet the ends of this a little bit. I mean, the alcohol, it dries pretty quickly, so you don't have to worry about that. Spray my face. And it should just slide right on pretty easily. Sometimes you gotta give it a little bit force to get it on there, but it should slide on there pretty easily. And you want to make sure that it goes over the end. It doesn't have to be really far over the end, but you know, just for safety's sake, you want to make sure you get it over the end quite a bit, and that this is properly aligned. On this one, since it's dry, since this is ends on this, it's been this way, that's the way I have it. Okay, let's see. Slide you on there. And that's how you do it. You just put a little alcohol on there, slides right on, and you're good to go. Guess that wasn't that hard. But as I said, I mean, if you want best power for hunting or plinking, you want to get the daisy bands. You can get them at Walmart, Kmart, a lot of places like that. They stretch out quite a bit, and they work pretty well. So I got this nice Marksman folding slingshot. You can stretch it out. But let me break out my other one just to show you, so you get a perspective like other slingshots. This one right here is my Marksman adjustable one. As you see, I got a little thing so you can extend this out. I don't have a screwdriver right now on me, but this one, you just put it over your wrist like that, and when the band's on there, you can just pull it back. And this one is more for competition, or if you're doing some really, you know, hunting, because you can adjust this fork all the way out, you can adjust this all the way out, and this can be adjusted. And if you have to break it down, you take the screw out, and there's only 3 parts, this, and this, and this breaks down to one small little compact thing you can put into a bag or something like that. You can assemble it like an assassin. And this is the folding one. And these are both pretty good slingshots. This one I've used quite a bit when I was younger. As I said, taking off the 1/2 inch off the band. That's a good way to improve power if you really, you know, need to get more power and you get a cheaper band. But these yellow ones, or if you get some of the Barrett ones, or whatever they're called for the Pope Diablo, I wouldn't suggest doing that, because not everybody has the strength to pull the more powerful bands back. I mean, you know, I can pull this back easily, but not everybody can. And also, you see a lot of people online where they're just holding it like this, and they don't have a wrist brace or anything on there. If you're strong, yeah, go ahead and do that, but most of us weaklings, we want the wrist brace. Makes it easier to control these things. You can pull it back and get more power. Probably going to make another video showing you how to shoot it and stuff like that. And see how many, in a few minutes. And, you know, there's a lot of articles and stuff online about what you can hunt with it. I mean, check the local game laws in your state, because different states vary. But I mean, you can, I mean, the biggest thing you can kill with just a regular setup like this with a daisy band is something about the size of a raccoon or a duck. And yes, I have taken moss grove ducks, which is perfectly legal in Florida to hunt those because they're considered non-native. I have used this to hunt moss grove ducks, which are pretty big. They're smaller than a Canadian goose, but they're good size. By taking, I don't mean like they were on the water. I mean actually straight out the air when they were flying. So yes, this can provide a lot of power. And you can, as I said, I have cut the bands down on these once, and I put it on this one. when I was younger, and I had also made some more modifications to the band, and I was able to get it up to the highest velocity I got with it was 450, actually chronographed over a paintball chronograph thing. And so, you know, with 3/8 steel, that's pretty powerful. And these, and make sure you wear eye protection shooting these, because the bands can break. Oh yeah, that's another thing I want to say. When the band breaks on these, doesn't mean you have to throw it away. I mean, you can get, like, after you put it on here the first time, as long as you didn't cut it, you can get 1, probably 2, maybe 3 times out of this band. Just after it breaks, you just cut off the broken side. Unless it breaks down here. If it breaks down here, toss it out. But you can, if it breaks here on the forks, the band, you just cut it down, you know, off the broken part. You just slide it back down like it was a new band, and you know, just even it out. You can use it again. And so you should be able to get at least about 3 uses out of these bands before you have to buy a new one. These bands also last a long time. I mean, I think the longest I ever used one was about like a year. But I don't know, I haven't used it in a while, because when I was younger, when I was in high school, I used this all the time. I mean, this was my main hunting weapon. But now I'm getting back into it because there's all this survivalist and stuff like that. So anyway, I digress. So as I said, I mean, you can hunt just about anything you want with these. Types of ammo you can use. You can use 3/8 steel, frozen peas, marbles. Marbles are good for practice, but you can use them for hunting too, for some like rats and small game. You can use rocks, just about anything you feel like using, as long as it's not too big. I mean, by too big, I mean something like one of those big shooters they would use for marbles when you're playing marbles. That's about the maximum size you would want to shoot. So anything basically from about 25 up to, I would say, 70 caliber would be appropriate. I mean, I've used lead ammo with this, but I stopped using that because it costs more, and I got lots of steel anyways. So I guess that's about it. So I guess I'll make a video about how to shoot and accuracy, and I guess I'm out.